The Boeing C-17 Globemaster III of the Royal Australian Air Force arrived at Tan Son Nhat International Airport in HCMC Sunday afternoon, following a memorandum signed between head of Vietnam's permanent delegation to the United Nations, Dang Dinh Quy, and UN Under-Secretary-General for Field Support, Atul Khaire, at the UN headquarters in New York, the U.S. Last week, Vietnam will send 63 military doctors and medical equipment to South Sudan. The aircraft has a loading capacity at more than 77 tons and a cruising speed of 829 km per hour. Vietnamese and Australian forces load military equipment on the plane. Most of the 63 Vietnamese doctors are from the HCMC-based military hospital 175, and they will take over a UN field hospital belonging to the UK in South Sudan. An Australian officer stands guard near the aircraft. Vietnam's Deputy Minister of Defence Nguyen Chi Vinh checks the military equipment. He hailed the support provided by the Australian Air Force. A technician checks the aircraft. The pilots of the C-17 aircraft stay for the night in HCMC. Vietnamese military personnel stand guard by the plane. On Monday morning, the first group of 30 Vietnamese military doctors left for South Sudan. This is the first time Vietnam is sending military doctors as part of UN peacekeeping forces. Among the 63 doctors leaving this time are 10 women. Being here today is a great honor for me. After 4 years of training, I'm ready for my duty. This is all for my country and my family, said Dr. Sa Minh Ngoc. Officer Chu Duc Hiep with his 7-year-old daughter. It is going to be a hard time for my wife as she has to take care of the kids all by herself. But I am only leaving for a while, and will return soon, Hiep said. The 30 Vietnamese military doctors march inland to the Boeing C-17 Globemaster III of the Royal Australian Air Force that will take them to South Sudan. Vietnam has enlarged its role in UN peacekeeping and is taking part in more operations in Africa. As of June 20, Vietnamese officers were in UN peacekeeping operations in Central Africa and South Sudan. The country is also actively campaigning to become a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council for the 2020-21 term. Asia-Pacific nations had agreed last May to nominate Vietnam to this position. Vietnam will face a vote next June. If elected, it will be the second time Vietnam will be on the Security Council after being on it once earlier in 2008 to 2009. The video is sponsored by Cientronic.com.